Alright, what's going on, guys? We got another chapter review today. Today is chapter 35 of Record of Ragnarok, titled Full Throttle. Let's get right into it. Now Zeus returns to the battle arena. He's talking to Hermes. He's like, hey Hermes, what the hell happened to Shiva's arm? And Hermes is like, Raiden Tameemon took his arm and crushed it. And you see this look of despair and absolute horror on Zeus's face. He's like, probably thinking, wow, a human actually was able to just take a god's arm and crush it like that? How is that possible? So in this chapter, we do go backwards a little bit. So if you're wondering, oh, are we just going to skip forward in the battle now? Are we going to just kind of wonder how it happened and finish the battle? No, we are actually going to go back to the time when Loki and Buddha were having their little scuffle and see what actually happened. And as the battle starts, Raiden Tameemon just jets forward right up to Shiva, prepares himself for this epic punch, looks like he crushes some bones in the process as Shiva blocks, and then he throws this flurry of punches. And even he says himself, he doesn't know what's going to happen when he exposes his true power. So this is the first time that I feel like a human's been the favorite in the match. Now, when Adam had his battle with Zeus, I sort of felt like Adam had the upper hand because of his eyes, where he could sort of predict what Zeus was going to do, and he could mimic his moves. So I thought in that battle, Adam sort of had the upper hand, but it was sort of a level playing field. But in this one, I'm really feeling like Raiden Tameemon's like the guy to beat, and Shiva's going to have to sort of outsmart him and outflank him in a way that he doesn't expect. So we'll have to see if that comes to fruition, or if Raiden Tameemon just overwhelms him with his sheer strength and power. And it's sort of hilarious because at one point, Raiden Tameemon puts his arm out horizontally and gives Shiva a clothesline. So if you watched WWE back in the day, or when I was a kid, it was WWF. You saw this move quite frequently. However, it's funny because once he gives them this clothesline, Shiva starts spinning around like he's in a freaking washing machine. I mean, just absolutely wrecked. So at this point, Raiden Tameemon is sort of sensing that the battle might be coming to its conclusion. He wants to finish it right here and now. So he skirts in, he grabs the back of Shiva's head, and he's cocking his own head backward, getting ready to lunge it forward and end the battle right here with a headbutt. However, right when it looks like it's all over, Shiva comes back with a headbutt of his own, and it looks like he inflicts quite a bit more damage than Raiden Tameemon did. And the little crescent moon on his head, or the third eye, looks like it was the reason Shiva was able to deal a lot more damage. So we'll have to see how that plays a factor later on in the battle. And then after this little exchange, Shiva has a nice little combination of his own. He mentions how when it comes to being headstrong, that he's top dog. Headstrong in two senses, one being that he's got the third eye on his forehead, and the other being that he's a god of destruction and he's not going to take any crap from anyone. So now the balance of power goes into Shiva's court. He's throwing all the punches. He's dictating the pace of the battle. It looks like Raiden Tameemon is on the back of his heels. All he can do is defend at this point. But then he decides, you know what? I'm not going to take this any longer. I know I'm outnumbered with 4 arms to 2. I'm just going to grab one of his arms and crush it with my bare hands. And that's exactly what he does. And I should also mention that right before he crushes his arm, he has one of the most godly flexes of all time. I mean, god damn. If you've ever seen Toguro from Yu Yu Hakusho, if you thought his flex was freaking amazing, you should see Raiden Tameemon. I mean, god damn, this is impressive. I cannot wait for this anime to be animated because this is going to be absolutely epic. All the battles are going to look so fantastic. And I'm hoping that Ufotable picks this one up. I hope it's some animation studio that does it justice. Because if it is substandard in any way, it's going to be so disheartening. But wow, what an absolutely nicely drawn manga panel. And it's precisely because Raiden Tameemon has that Volund that he's able to expel all of his strength and rage in a controlled way by focusing all of his power into his arms, that he is able to destroy Shiva's arm like this. And while the other gods are all worried and slightly trembling by the fact that a mere mortal, a human, was able to injure a god in such a way, the other Hindu gods are not so much worried. In fact, they're very confident that Shiva can turn this around. And right at the end of the manga chapter, Shiva pulls up the bandages from his forehead and reveals his third eye, and he says, "I guess it can't be helped." So it's going to be very interesting to see how this third eye plays a role into the next chapter, what kind of powers he possesses, and how Raiden Tameemon is going to combat that. It seems like Raiden Tameemon is sort of this brutish, all-power sort of guy. He's not going to have any skills or forethought. Not like the last battle with Jack the Ripper, where it seemed like literally every move, every sort of action was planned in advance. He had a contingency for every one of Hercules' moves. Raiden Tameemon is like the direct opposite. He's the antithesis. He's just, I'm not going to plan anything in advance. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to use strength and overwhelm him. So quite the stark difference, but very entertaining nonetheless. So wow, what a battle, guys. Absolutely epic stuff. Great chapters always. Some fantastically drawn manga panels. I mean, what else could you ask for? But let me know what you thought of this chapter in the comments. Tell me how you think the battle's going to go down from here. And of course, if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that right now. Give this video a like, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.